What if I told you that Aleister Crowley, the most feared magician in history, opened a portal to an ancient beast cult that might still be active today? In this video, we'll dive into the dark rituals that Crowley performed at his enigmatic Boleskine house, where he is said to have invoked the cosmic serpent Tiamat and unleashed forces beyond our comprehension. Discover the macabre findings of those who dared to investigate this cult, which intertwines death and chaos, and could still be operating in the shadows. Stick around until the end to uncover the terrifying secret that connects Crowley, Tiamat, and an ancient cult that might change everything you think you know about the occult. Boleskine House, the center of esoteric power. In the misty lands of the Scottish Highlands lies a place charged with dark energy and mystery, Boleskine House. This solitary mansion, located near the tranquil yet murky waters of Loch Ness, has witnessed some of the most disturbing and controversial rituals in modern occult history. Its fame is largely due to having been the residence of Aleister Crowley, a magician, writer, and occultist, who earned a reputation as one of the most dangerous and enigmatic men of his time. While many see him as a pioneer in the exploration of esotericism, others remember him as a feared figure, capable of summoning the darkest and most primordial forces in the universe. Aleister Crowley is a central figure in the history of Western cultism. Born in 1875 into a strict Christian family, Crowley rebelled against conventional religious teachings from an early age. This led him to a life dedicated to the study of ancient religions, occult sciences, and ceremonial magic. He founded the religion of Thelema, whose primary creed was, "Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law," advocating personal freedom and the discovery of one's true will. Crowley proclaimed himself as the Great Beast 666, a title he embraced to provoke his critics and underscore his rejection of social and religious norms. Throughout his life, he was involved in several esoteric organizations, such as the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, from which he was later expelled, and later founded his own magical order, the Astrum Argentum. In 1899, Crowley purchased Boleskine House, a mansion that stood isolated on the shores of Loch Ness, surrounded by an aura of mystery and dark legends. He chose this house specifically for its remote and strategic location, believing that the isolation would allow him to carry out the darkest and most powerful magical rituals without interruption. The house, according to local lore, already had a disturbing history before Crowley's arrival. Some local accounts mentioned unexplained events, such as the sound of phantom bells and sightings of dark figures in the area. For Crowley, Boleskine House became the ideal place to perform one of the most dangerous and complex rituals in ceremonial magic, the Unraveling ritual. This ancient and lengthy rite, which takes months to complete, is designed to invoke the magician's holy guardian angel and, in turn, allows the practitioner to command demons. However, the most significant warning about this ritual is that if performed incorrectly or abandoned midway, it could open portals to malevolent entities, unleashing chaotic energies into the physical world. Crowley began the ritual, but never completed it. During this time, a series of strange events occurred at Boleskine House. Servants disappeared without a trace, visitors experienced terrifying phenomena, and Crowley himself reported feeling dark and frightening presences in the house. Although Crowley moved out of Boleskine House in 1913, rumors about the mansion persisted. Some theories suggest that by abandoning the ritual, Crowley may have left portals open to other planes, allowing dark entities to flow into our reality. The Dragon Cult. A mystery uncovered. Over the years, interest in Boleskine House grew, especially among those searching for answers to the dark legends surrounding it. In 1964, 3 American students decided to explore the area around the house. What they found during their walk through the dense foyer forest was something they never expected: a mysterious bundle wrapped in a seashell. Upon opening it, they discovered a tapestry covered in symbols of dragons, serpents, and strange inscriptions in Turkish. This discovery seemed out of place in the Scottish landscape. Not understanding the object's significance, the students took the tapestry to a journalist named Frederick William Holliday, known for his research into paranormal phenomena. Intrigued by the find, Holliday began investigating, and what he uncovered was even more unsettling. According to his research, the tapestry was not merely an ornamental object, but a clue to a secret cult that had operated around Boleskine House for decades, possibly even centuries. The cult in question was not just any cult. It worshipped serpentine and dragon-like entities, with its principal deity being Tiamat, the goddess of chaos in Sumerian mythology. Reports suggest that this cult practiced dark rituals, including human sacrifices, in an attempt to invoke the power of Tiamat and other chaotic cosmic forces. The connections between Tiamat and the dragons represented on the tapestry pointed to a deliberate attempt to manipulate archaic and primordial energies. Tiamat, the cosmic serpent of chaos. Tiamat is a fundamental figure in ancient Mesopotamian mythology, particularly in the Enuma Elish, one of the oldest creation myths. She embodies primordial chaos and is depicted as a massive sea serpent, or dragon, representing the raw, untamed forces that existed before the creation of the universe. In this myth, Tiamat, along with her consort Apsu, represents the chaotic waters from which the cosmos was formed. Together, they gave birth to the first generation of gods. When the younger gods grew rebellious and disrupted the cosmic order, Apsu planned to destroy them. However, the gods acted first, killing Apsu, which led Tiamat to declare war on her own offspring. She gathered an army of monstrous beings, including serpents and dragons, to exact revenge. Her desire was to return the cosmos to its original state of chaos, undoing the order that the gods had established. In the climactic battle, Marduk, a storm god, rose to challenge Tiamat. Armed with powerful weapons and magic, Marduk defeated her, splitting her body in two. From her remains, Marduk created the heavens and the earth. Despite her defeat, Tiamat's chaotic essence remains embedded in the universe, symbolizing the ever-present potential for disorder and upheaval. Tiamat's lore reflects her dual nature. She is both a destructive force and a creator of worlds. Her role as the mother of the gods highlights the idea that chaos is the source of creation, but it must be controlled to maintain cosmic balance. Even after her death, Tiamat's influence persists as a symbol of the underlying chaos that still exists beneath the structured world. For modern occultists and those who invoke Tiamat, she represents the primal force of destruction and creation. Followers believe that by calling upon her, they can tap into the untamed energy of the cosmos, harnessing it for transformation. Tiamat is seen not only as a destroyer, but also as the raw potential that precedes all creation, making her a figure of both fear and reverence. Asian dragons and esoteric symbolism. One of the most intriguing elements of the tapestry found by the students was the presence of dragons. In Chinese mythology, dragons are powerful figures that embody control over natural forces. While in many Western cultures, dragons often symbolize chaos and destruction, in Asian tradition, the dragon is a protective figure that can bring prosperity and harmony, but also has a destructive side if not controlled. In the context of the cult discovered in Scotland, it seems that the dragons and serpents on the tapestry represented both sides of this primordial force, chaos that can destroy but also serve as a source of power if properly harnessed. The inclusion of lotus flowers, a symbol of spiritual purity, in Asian traditions, adds a layer of complexity to the cult. It indicates that the cult members were not only seeking power, but also a form of spiritual enlightenment, transcending the barriers between the physical world and the cosmic forces of chaos. Crowley and the dragon cult. While it is unclear how directly Crowley was involved with the dragon cult, his obsession with serpentine deities and the invocation of otherworldly entities suggests a strong connection. Crowley's work frequently explored the use of primal chaotic forces, which aligned with the symbolism of serpents and dragons, particularly in their representation of ancient cosmic energies like those of Tiamat. In Sumerian mythology, Tiamat embodied chaos and destruction, elements Crowley often sought to channel in his magical practices. At Boleskine House, Crowley performed rituals designed to summon beings from higher dimensions, including Lam, an entity many describe as a precursor to modern extraterrestrial figures like the Greys. Lam could be interpreted as a manifestation of the same ancient chaotic forces revered by dragon cultists, given its serpentine-like appearance and alien nature. This further hints at Crowley's potential connection to a cult that worshipped dragons and cosmic serpents. Crowley's belief that true power came from chaos ties directly into his magical system. Through precise rituals, he sought to command chaos, much like a dragon cult would attempt to invoke and harness the destructive power of deities like Tiamat. Records of his incomplete rituals at Boleskine House, particularly the Abramelin ritual, suggest that Crowley might have inadvertently opened gateways to chaotic forces, leaving residual energies behind. These forces could have been the very same ancient powers the dragon cult sought to control, linking Crowley's magical experimentation to the worship of primordial chaos. Whether deliberate or coincidental, the connection between Crowley's work and the dragon cult remains compelling, suggesting he may have been closer to these dark serpentine energies than previously thought. Conclusion. Today, Boleskine House remains shrouded in mystery. Although much of the house was destroyed in a fire in 2015, stories of dark rituals, sacrifices, and the worship of primordial forces like Tiamat persist. Could it be that the dragon cult still exists in the shadows, operating quietly in some remote corner of the world? Frederick William Holliday tried to uncover the secrets of this cult, but his investigation left more questions than answers. The rituals of sacrifice, the symbols on the tapestry, and the mysterious figure of Tiamat continue to fascinate modern occultists. As more researchers explore the legends surrounding Boleskine House and its dark rituals, perhaps one day we will discover more clues about the true nature of the dragon cult and its connection to Aleister Crowley. Until then, the mystery remains, waiting to be unveiled by those brave enough to face the dark forces that lurk beyond the veil.